So how does this work? So I'm gonna discuss something. And along the way, if you have questions, you ask them and then I answer them. And you type and I respond back to you with my voice. Yeah, relax yourself, right? I like just staring at the screen for a little bit. So it's 9:15. We'll get started. Um, so first, we're going to go over the stuff that probably everybody knows, and then hopefully we'll get into a lot more interesting um, information that maybe not too many people know. So, ba, 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 ba. So who here thinks they drink too much, and it's part of the reason that they can't get rid of the last few pounds that they want to get rid of? Or who here honestly thinks that, yeah, they still drink, but it's not the reason why that they can't um, lose the weight that they want? And who has heard of the term empty calories? Feel free to answer any or all of those questions. So, Kristen, you're raising your hand to which question? You think you drink too much and that's why you can't lose the weight? Or if you've heard of empty calories, which one? So, unlike carbs, proteins, and fats, alcohol is what people refer to as empty calories, meaning you're putting calories into your body that literally do nothing for you. So it's just making you more fat. To make matters worse, it's the first, so people probably don't know this, it's the first fuel to be used when combined with carbohydrates, fats, and protein, postponing the fat burning process and contributing to greater fat storage. What is empty calories? Yep, it means no nutrients. You're just putting calories into your body that don't do anything for you. So, a quote from Robert C. Atkins um, regarding alcohol's effect on fat storage. Here's the problem with alcoholic beverages, and the reason I recommend refraining from alcohol consumption on the diet. Alcohol, whenever taken in, is the first fuel to burn. While that's going on, your body will not burn fat. This does not stop the weight loss, it simply postpones it. Since the alcohol does not store as glycogen, and you immediately go back into ketosis after the alcohol is used up. Now, this next part I'd take with a grain of salt. If you must drink alcohol, wine is an acceptable addition to levels beyond the induction diet. If wine does not suit your taste, straight liquor such as scotch, rye, vodka, and gin would be appropriate as long as the mixer is sugarless. This means no juice, tonic water, or non-diet soda. Seltzer and diet soda are appropriate. So, um, yeah, like I said, take that last part as a grain of salt. Alcohol in general is just going to prolong the fat burning process. So let's start with some facts about alcohol uh, that people might not know. Um, so alcohol supplies almost twice as many calories as protein and carbs. So per gram of alcohol, there's 7 calories. Carbs and proteins, there are 4. Um, Alcoholic drinks also contain calories from other sources, which add to overall caloric intake. Cocktails, wine and beer both have a high carbohydrate content, um, which will also trigger the release of insulin, obviously. What about those 90-calorie drinks? What 90-calorie drinks? You'll notice when something is a light beer or they advertise as, um, you know, a less caloric option, it's going to have less alcohol too, for the most part. A gram of alcohol is a gram of alcohol. It has 7 calories. There's no changing that. And then when you add in the mixers, that's when you can really start to skyrocket the calories. So an example of how many calories can be easily consumed can be seen with a small glass of wine. A 5-ounce glass of wine will typically contain 110 calories, 91 of which come from the alcohol itself, with the remaining 5 grams coming from carbohydrates. Beer contains more carbohydrates, although many of the light beers have a carb content similar to a glass of wine and less alcohol than wine. It is seen as being more fattening due to its higher energy content. It's just flavored soda water with alcohol. Yeah, so pretty much it's diluted alcohol. So that's all you're drinking. So yeah, it's 90 calories, but I mean, if you're gonna drink something, it might as well be that. There's no extra calories to it. So as many of you know, alcohol looses inhibitions, and it also increases your appetite. This is another reason to not go overboard when it comes to the weekend, because you'll find yourself eating things and doing things that you normally wouldn't do. So every time I say to somebody, who's having trouble losing weight, um, I say cut back on your alcohol. And then they're like, oh, well, I can't have fun? No, I'm not saying that. Just take it easy. If you're going to live a certain lifestyle and you want to look a certain way, then that comes with willpower. And people look at that and they can see that willpower and they respect it. That's why you always see people, especially women, being like, oh my God, she looks fantastic for her age. Anything like that. I guarantee you, it doesn't come easy. Maybe 1% of the population, yeah, it comes easy. But the rest, no, they have to work for it. and so do you. So is that bad or good? If you're gonna drink, Kristen, that's not a bad option. Any questions so far? Um, Another thing that people probably already know. Alcohol can damage the stomach, kidneys, and liver. Um, that's if you kind of overdo it day after day. Alcohol also lowers testosterone. So for the guys out there, um, testosterone, which has a powerful fat loss effect, is reduced whenever alcohol is consumed, thus halting its full potential as a fat burner. Also, testosterone as an anabolic hormone contributes to gains in lean muscle mass. Lower testosterone means fewer muscle gains, and less muscle means a lower metabolic rate. We also touch base on the fact that alcohol increases appetite. Once again, you'll eat things that you normally wouldn't, and I'm sure we've all woken up the next day being like, oh my God, I can't believe we did that. And then your whole body hurts and all you want is something greasy. So not only does it affect you that night, it's also going to affect you the next day. So let's go through a little bit of how alcohol is processed in the body. So after consuming the first alcoholic drink, 25% of this alcohol is absorbed straight from the stomach into the bloodstream, with the remainder taken in through the small bowel. Alcohol is generally absorbed fairly rapidly, but its absorption can be quickened depending on several factors. The amount of food in the stomach. A full stomach slows the rate of absorption. That's why people always say you should eat before you drink. Whether the drink is carbonated. Champagne is absorbed more quickly than non-sparkling drinks. That's something good to know. Alcohol concentration of the drink. Obviously, the higher alcohol drinks are absorbed faster. Around 98% of alcohol that is consumed is processed in the liver, with the other 2 to 10% being expelled through urine, breathing, or sweat. The amount of alcohol in a standard drink will take around 10 hours for the average person to process, which means the more that is consumed at any one point, the greater the rise of blood alcohol content. When the liver processes alcohol, it does so accordingly. So that, whatever, not as interesting. Next, we'll go through our favorite drinks and the amount of alcohol that is in them. So beer, for example, 5%. Wine, 12%. 100 proof liquor, 50%. Pretty much with the proofs, you just half it, and that's the amount of alcohol in it. And then 80 proof, obviously 40%. So, is this scaring anybody so far? Maybe make you think twice before you drink all of that alcohol. Who knows? So, the question that a lot of people want to know. What are the best alcohol choices? So if you really have to drink, what are the best choices? Some lower calorie brands to hit the market are showing promise, as are some of the more traditional alternatives. As shown above, total caloric content of various alcoholic drink varies, with beer generally containing the highest number, considering the smaller amount of alcohol found in this drink compared with others. Various liquors generally contain around 64 calories per nip, but these do add up depending on the strength of the drink. For example, a double will contain 2 nips, or 128 calories. Combine this with 1 glass of Coke, around 180 calories, 95% of these are from sugars, and your typical bourbon and Coke would supply 308 calories. So that's just one drink. Typically, you don't have one drink. So that's double the number found in the average can of beer. So you really have to think about that. Wine generally contains around 100 to 125 calories per medium-sized glass. It also contains more alcohol than beer given the same volume, making it a better choice calorie-wise, as less would be consumed at any one sitting. So our takeaway from that is, out of beer, a mixed drink, and wine is probably the best option. Next we have liqueurs. Although usually around 100 calories per nip, they're often consumed with other, often higher calorie mixers such as Coke or milk to make cocktails, bumping the calorie content way up. Bailey's Irish Cream, one of the highest calorie alcohol, contains 121 calories per nip with a comparatively low alcohol content, 17% compared to around 25 to 35% for most liqueurs. So think about that. What about vodka, soda, water with a lime or lemon? Very few sugars in that. Yeah, so like a vodka soda or vodka water with a lime or lemon is probably your best option, because it's pretty much just vodka. And then depending how much vodka is in there, 7 calories per gram, then you have to do the math. Typically when I went out, I would do like a vodka soda. But then what happens when you have 10 vodka sodas? So you still have to think about it that way. So the worst alcohol choices would be the cream-based drinks such as eggnog, 340 calories without the alcohol, and an amaretto sour. Includes tequila, orange juice, and contains about 421 calories. 10? Was that a high number? What, you haven't done 10 drinks? Come on, amateurs. The highest calorie cocktail of all would be vodka mudslide, which contains coffee liqueur, Irish cream, and vanilla ice cream, and supplies about 820 calories. Even if it's one day. What do you mean? I'm lucky if I can drink 2? Adrian, you're such a lightweight. So in comparison, it would be better to drink a smaller quantity of liqueur with a healthier, lower calorie base such as trim milk or tomato juice, i.e. Bloody Marys. Given alcohol taste is an individual matter and people will usually choose what they like rather than what they are advised to consume based on health content of the drink, it is no easy task trying to persuade someone to change their drinking habits, which I'm trying to do apparently. What we just discussed can, however, be used by one who's wanting to make some physical changes by lowering the overall caloric content of what they drink. So if you kind of think about this every time, it adds up. So some guidelines to follow for when you're out. Drink alcohol with a lower caloric value and a higher alcohol percentage, like wine, for example. Less will be consumed, meaning lower overall calorie consumption. I love how this article's advocating for, you know, they're trying to get around the whole calorie trap and give you all these tips. Avoid high calorie liqueurs. These are extremely deceptive. They taste so good and will add enormously to overall caloric content. So once again, this is like mudslides, Amaretto sours, all of those. Another tip is to keep healthy food on hand when drinking. As mentioned, drinking will relax inhibitions and cause one to compromise their nutritional habits. So if you're at a party, try not to lounge around the snack table. Or if you have to, go next to the healthy portion of the snack table. Just so that if you want to snack, you have something healthy next to you. If drinking beer, try a lower calorie alternative. Also drink diet sodas with various spirits to significantly lower the calorie content of these drinks. Another good one, drink water between alcoholic drinks. This will increase feelings of fullness and may help to prevent overconsumption of alcohol. I disagree. Wine is easy to drink. However, carbonation fills you up. I like those low calorie drinks. Yeah, I mean, everybody to each their own. I mean, I could drink all day, and I don't even drink that much. So, I mean, my opinion, if you're gonna drink, it's those low calorie kind of vodka, soda that comes in a can, or anything like that. They're probably the lowest calories, and you know, you can still have fun. So, in conclusion, so what is one to do? Given alcohol plays a large role in celebration and social cohesion, can one completely refrain from its use? It really depends on the goals the person has. Most could probably consume moderate levels of alcohol, 2 or 3 standard drinks 3 to 4 times a week without any problem. Larger amounts, more than 7 drinks at any one time, or like 10 like I suggested, is often described as binge drinking and can cause major problems and probably should not be advocated. I agree. Maintaining reasonable levels of health while enjoying a few drinks, using moderation as the key, should be no problem. However, athletes, who definitely are not your average population, wanting to improve performance, and those wanting to lose weight are a different issue entirely. So, for those of you that are trying to change their body comp, I suggest drinking as little alcohol as possible while you're in that phase, um, you know, of fitness, or whoever's working with me right now and they're trying to switch things up. You'll see dramatic differences if you were somebody that went all out on the weekend. Um, if you were to just cut that back, I guarantee you'd see huge results. Alcohol, as shown, will negate any efforts to lose body fat and will alter performance for the worst. The best advice would be to totally abstain until performance and weight loss goals are obtained. Ray Audit, author of Neander Thin Diet, provides sound advice for anyone wanting to lose weight while drinking alcohol. Remember, to be at your best physically, you can't have it both ways. And Mr. Audit provides a good rationale as to why. Don't drink alcohol. It is best not to consume alcohol in any amount from any source. Alcohol is a byproduct of yeast digestion, the yeast equivalent of urine, and is known to damage the stomach, kidneys, and liver. Alcohol adds fat principally by producing cravings for both it and other carbohydrates, and even other addictive substances, ask a former smoker. It is almost impossible to drink alcohol and follow the hunter-gatherer lifestyle, such as paleo. If you must drink, do so only on special occasions and stick to alcohols derived from fruit, i.e. wine and champagne. Okay? Exactly, you told me that a long time ago. It was hard to break, but it was well worth it for me. So Barb, when you quit drinking, what were the differences that you saw right away? So I'm going to link this is the alcohol, or this was the article that I was reading off of weight loss fasting. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do. Like, I'm not saying like any of this is easy. Changing your lifestyle and changing how you've done things for maybe 20 years is incredibly hard. But the satisfaction that you get when you reach your goal is, it's totally worth it. It makes it that much sweeter the harder it is, for the most part. The big things that people need are a support system, which can be me or friends. Their head needs to be in it. If your head's not in it, nothing's going to happen. The worst thing you can do is quit. So, I'm not talking about anybody here, but I've seen it before. People will get upset. They'll either quit training, they'll quit the gym, and then it just comes back tenfold. Depression, weight, all that stuff. It's just another thing that you failed at. So let's see if we can, I'm not done yet. So we have another article here from Healthline. So some of the things that that is being referenced again here is alcohol is used as a primary fuel source when you're drinking. So there's no weight loss. weight loss going on. Alcohol can contribute to excess belly fat. The beer gut isn't just a myth. Foods high in simple sugars, such as those found in candy, soda, and even beer, are also high in calories. Extra calories end up as stored fat in the body. Consuming foods and drinks high in sugar can quickly lead to weight gain, many people know. We can't choose where all that extra weight ends up, but the body tends to accumulate fat in the abdominal area for guys, and for women, it's in the abs and the hips. Once again, alcohol affects testosterone levels. Testosterone levels decrease if you have decreased testosterone, decreased sex drive. Less lean muscle, all that stuff. Another good one is how alcohol can affect your sleep. So research suggests that alcohol can lead to increased periods of wakefulness during sleep cycles. Sleep deprivation, whether from lack of sleep or impaired sleep, can lead to an imbalance in hormones related to hunger, satiety, I can't say that, and energy storage. So alcohol affects digestion and nutrient uptake. Your social anxiety isn't the only thing that alcohol inhibits. Intake of alcoholic beverages can also inhibit proper digestive functions. Alcohol can stress on the stomach and intestines. This leads to decreased digestive secretions in the movement of food through the tract, blah, blah, blah. Another thing here, best alcoholic drinks for weight loss. Number one is vodka. All right, everybody take note of that. Calories, it has 100 calories and 1.5 ounces of distilled 80 proof vodka. Alternative cocktail, choose low-calorie mixers such as club soda and avoid overly sugary juices. So something like I said, vodka soda, anything like that. Number two is whiskey. Once again, 100 calories and 1.5 ounces. Ditch the cola and take your whiskey on the rocks. That's another safe alternative. Number three is gin. I hate gin. Tastes like a pine tree. It gives me crazy heartburn. I don't like vodka. Well, we got whiskey and gin. And the one coming up, I'm sure everybody likes. Gin has 115 calories and 1.5 ounces. A good cocktail, aim for something simple such as a martini. And don't skip the olives. They contain beneficial antioxidants such as vitamin E. Number four, tequila. Who here loves tequila? I like tequila. Has 100 calories and 1.5 ounces. The best part about tequila is that the customary tequila shot is just salt, tequila, and lime. Dirty martinis are fantastic. Number five is brandy. Brandy I wouldn't have thought of. 100 calories and 1.5 ounces. The drink is best served as an after dinner dessert drink, and a good brandy should be enjoyed slowly to savor the subtle fruity sweetness. So bottom line, while cutting alcohol completely out of your diet isn't necessarily the only way to lose weight, there are many improvements that can be made in your health journey by simply cutting back on the booze. So that was my, if you're going to take away anything from this, that's what it should be. You can enjoy a healthier body, improved sleep, better digestion, and a fewer of those excess empty calories. And if you do plan to drink, enjoy a vodka or whiskey on the rocks and skip the soda. All right. Here, I'll link this article as well. So does anybody have any questions? I hope people found this helpful. Was there anything that people didn't know? Or how did this help? I would like to know that I'm doing these for a reason. Summertime is hard. Summertime is hard. But once again, that goes back to willpower. If you want to look good and you want to feel good, use your willpower. You'll like yourself after. It's encouraging, Barb. What's encouraging? The talks? Certain seasons are harder than others, but there's always going to be something. Unless it's like January, February, March. Once again, this is a lifestyle. This is something that you have to teach yourself to do. And you have to keep it up. Too many people go on these stupid roller coaster diets and roller coaster lifestyles where they just stop one thing completely for like a month. It's stupid. To hear you say how it's best to just not do it depending on your goals, of course. Yeah, I mean, ideally, you want to not drink. There's nothing healthy about drinking. But I also understand that people want to let loose and have fun, and that it's kind of a social thing too. So just cut back a little bit and make healthier choices, and you'll start to see it add up in your weight loss and just your overall health. All right. Any other questions before I leave? I'll give you 30 seconds. And whoever's here, by the way, um, whoever can go onto the Tewksbury Town group page on Facebook and comment on the post that I made, that'd be awesome. Because I think it brings it's getting piled under all these posts that people are doing. So I think when people comment, it brings it more to the top. It's just kind of an advertisement that I did. So if you like me, you'll do it. And if you don't, lie. Okay? Thanks, everybody. We're steadily getting more and more viewers as we do this. You know, I'd like to grow this audience as much as possible and talk to as many people as possible. So, you know, put the word out there. And, you know, I enjoy doing this. So, Thank you all for coming. All right. Bye.